Yamava Resort and Casino. We're at the Pines Modern Steakhouse for the Jim Fox wine dinner, featuring Patine Sellers, Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, and their Oakville Cabernet Sauvignon. So, a 5-course meal. Looking forward to it. Thank you so much, Yamava, for inviting us here tonight. Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So it is a lot of Pinot in there, Sonoma.
Yes.
I haven't had a lot of Sonoma Pinot. I've had Kalen Sellers.
Okay, yeah.
Have you had that stuff?
I have not had it.
Terrence Lighton. And for some reason, like, their new releases are like 2003 or something.
Okay, well, yeah.
They're sitting on this stuff forever.
We do 1 year in oak and 1 on the shelf, so our releases are 2 years after vintage.
Yeah.
But not that quite that.
Their
long.
Chardonnay still might be in the 90s.
Wow.
I know.
That would be impressive.
Yeah, no, and it
That would
was
be
reasonable too. So no, I'm excited to try this stuff though.
We'll give you a little, like, as each course comes through, we'll give you a little rundown on the wine and stuff like that. But
That's great. I'm excited to try this Wagyu tallow chocolate cake.
ooh, baby.
Yeah. So I'm out here. I do High Limit Gambling on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and people.
Oh, awesome.
So we're streaming it, and that's what he's recording.
And I hope you like wine.
Yeah, no, I love wine. Love going to Napa.
Okay. But you're being pointed at. You do love wine. Okay. Well, I think hopefully you're in for a treat, and we're really glad that you guys came.
Yeah, no, we're super excited. It just looks like they just smushed it when they made it.
I like it.
Very happy that you were able to join us tonight. I think you've already had a chance to take a look at the menu. It looks spectacular, and I think hopefully the wines will match up to that. I'm going to give you a little bit of information on the wines as we go along from course to course. But I do want to take 2 minutes of your time just to give a little background on Patine itself. So patine is a French word. Translated to English, it is the past tense of skate. So to have skated. I don't know how many sports fans are here tonight, but I used to play hockey for the Los Angeles Kings. So when we decided on a name, we felt that we wanted to keep it a little bit in the realm of hockey. At the same time, because it's French, it kind of has a wine connotation also. We also did a little bit of marketing research, and we found out that most people struggle pronouncing the name of the wine. So most people say Patine or Patines. When they have a difficulty pronouncing the wine, they will spend more for it. So that's something we did. Tonight you'll be tasting 4 of our wines. Mostly we do single vineyard designated wines, meaning the wines are taken from one vineyard. They're not blended with any other vineyards. They're right from that one place. The only place you can find that is right there. That's our basic principle philosophy. So all 4 wines tonight are single vineyard designated. We also do make a blend of Pinot Noir coming from 2 separate vineyards, and we blend it together. But tonight, only single vineyard. One name tonight, other than Elizabeth and my name, Jim. Simple name we hope to remember, Mike Smith. He is the maker of the wine. If you want to find out about him, the easiest thing to do is just Google Mike Smith's wines. You'll get a lot of information that way. We started with Pinot Noir. 2011 was our first vintage. And as recently as 2021, we released Chardonnay. And also, just recently released, and you'll see tonight with the cabs, there are no labels on it because it has not yet been available. We've released it, it's been ordered, but the labels are not yet put on.
This is really good.
Peter will be the first people to try it. I mentioned I will do one by one, so as chef comes out, we'll probably do a little bit of information on it, but I'll just give you a little bit of information on our Chardonnay. Okay, so no oak, unoaked, which in California is a little bit
Thank you.
unusual. But we felt it was something we wanted to offer, and like our winemaker felt it was the way to go.
Yeah.
Most people, when they taste it, they do sense at times a little bit of wood, a little bit of vanilla, which is usually only derived from oak-based wines, or wines that were placed in oak. I'm not going to get very specific tonight until we get to questions or when we're walking around, myself and Elizabeth. If you have any in-depth questions or any questions at all, many times wine is people are intimidated by it, so they don't want to speak up. But if you have any questions now, yes, or while we're walking around, you want to do that. The extra body we feel that goes into this Chardonnay comes from, there's a process called sur lie. French, that means on the lees. The lees are yeast cells that die. When you ferment from sugar to alcohol. And when that happens, yeast is used to create that process, correct? At the end of that process, the yeast dies and goes to the bottom of the barrel or the tank in this instance because we did not use oak barrels. Many times, you filter that out. And I sounded Canadian when I said out. So for us Wisconsinites, I was born in Canada and came to the States to play hockey. But with the yeast cells, we left them in for 16 months. It's often a process used in champagne. And we hope it gives our wine a little bit of an extra body. A little bit extra something. That's why I said a lot of people taste the Chardonnay and they go, oh, there's a little... Takes a little buttery or vanilla, which again, oak. There's no oak, there's not much at all. So we'll have some prizes later, which are based on the LA Kings hockey team. So if you're not a Kings fan, if you don't follow hockey, hopefully you have someone in your life that does, and they would certainly appreciate the gifts that you're going to receive tonight. But thanks again for coming. Please have a great night. I know the food is going to be great. I know the wine's going to be great. And I know the company's going to be great. So, salud. Thank you.
All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chef Chris. I'm the chef of cuisine here at Pines Modern Steakhouse. I want to welcome you to our Patine wine dinner. For our first course here, it is a seafood platter paired with the Chardonnay. My favorite pairing with Chardonnay is poached seafood. To me, it goes so well. It complements the seafood immensely. So I wanted to have a trio for you guys to pair with your wine here. So please go ahead and enjoy. And I hope you guys have a wonderful time. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Chef.
So I'm really not a cocktail sauce guy, but it was a horseradish cocktail sauce that was unbelievable with the shrimp. I actually just sort of dipped the Australian lobster tail, the prawn, and the crab, all in the saffron tartar sauce and the horseradish cocktail sauce. It was phenomenal. Everything was cooked perfectly. Great wine pairing. I'm a huge fan of their Chardonnay. It was amazing.
2018 comes from a vineyard called Sunchase. It's in Sonoma, basically Santa Rosa. They call it Sunchase because it's high on the Sonoma Mountain. It starts the vineyard at about 800 feet. So it's above the fog line. So it chases the sun all day. Sunchase. Pinot Noir, considered a lighter grape of the reds. was talking earlier, more universal, served with food because of acidity. Again, I'm not going to get too specific until anyone wants to ask more questions. And at any time, feel free. It's very interesting because when we selected this vineyard, our winemaker Mike Smith selected it. And because it's above the fog line, it gets more sun means more sugar. More sugar means ripen early. It actually ripens late, which was very interesting to Mike because of the soil content. Basically, fundamentally, the longer the grape can hang on the vine, the better the wine's going to be. Talking earlier once again, rain is only an issue with wine at the end of a vintage, or just about before you get a finish. Most wines do not need a lot of wine. Most wines, and the grape wants to just send all of its energy to the grape. Mother Nature, the seed is inside of the grape. So all of that water goes, if it rains at the end of a vintage, all it does is dilute the wine. Lots of water, less sugar, less concentration, less intensity. Something we really can't control, right? Mother Nature controls that. So again, single vineyard designated wine, meaning all of the grapes come from Sunchase Vineyard. That's a decision we make as a company to control the quality of our wine. Vintage is 2018, so it has 5 years of age on it.
All right, hello again. So we're on to our second course now. This is going to be a house ravioli with a cream pasta that we made in-house. A lot of labor and love went into this dish. My team worked really, really hard on it. Not only is the pasta made fresh, the ricotta we made in-house also yesterday, and everything is as fresh as it can be. On top of the pasta is going to be a little micro beet, the greens. For me with this wine, I really chose the beet pasta specifically because of that earthiness. Really goes very, very well with this wine. And I think it should complement it beautiful for you guys.
Hands down the best ravioli I think I've ever had. What did it have? Like a beet pasta? The homemade ricotta. Honestly. And the pairing was spot on. So it's amazing.
Okay, you should do that sometime. That is a video you want. So I did not know this until I entered the business many years ago. It's kind of like a cobbler. So each barrel, we get one from France, is hand signed and done by the barrel maker. So a winemaker will choose that specific barrel and wood depending on the flavor profile that they're used to and what they like. And Mike is very specific about the barrels that he purchases. So D'Anjou is a very, very famous one. But it's pretty cool to see the person who hand did the barrel with their signature on it. And we actually sell the Lazy Susans with us.
That's great.
Next wine is again about 2 miles away from the wine we just had. The vineyard, lower on the mountain. It's called Gap's Crown. It probably is the most prestigious vineyard in California for Pinot Noir. Back in 2011, when we first started, the vineyard was so much appreciated by another brand that brand just bought the vineyard. Coaster Brown is the name of the brand. If you know wine in California, you would recognize that name. So they bought it. I receive a letter in the mail. The letter says, we just sold the vineyard. We are no longer selling you our grapes. They have to give you 2 years notice, so they don't cut you off, but it was something that we were just starting. It was our first vintage. they cut us off, we're done. So Mike Smith, our winemaker, took a bottle, sat down with him, drank it, and he said, "We will sell you our grapes." And since then, since 2011, Gaps Brown has been our flagship wine. And it's usually a little bit bigger and bolder. Pinot Noir is not considered a red meat wine. We call this our steak lovers wine. I think it can be paired with a bigger, bolder meat. But with Pinot Noir, again, Pinot Noir is a grape that is more elegant. When you have the strength and the elegance together, hopefully you have the balance of a great wine. So
Maple Leaf Farms Duck Breast. It's with a creamy brie cheese polenta cake and some chanterelle mushrooms. We top it off with a little bit of duck demi-glace. That we actually use the Gaps Crown and to make the demi-glace, right? To kind of help tie everything together for you. To me, this dish speaks comfort, right? That creamy polenta, the demi-glace, it reminds me of the holidays and winter and comfort food. And so I really hope you all enjoy it.
Wow.
Thank you.
I'm old school. Like Bobby Orr, I don't know if is my favorite player. I think he's the best player to ever play. So he played in the 70s, and
I see him.
Very cool.
I was 10 years old when he was on top of his game. So how can you tell a 10-year-old kid? Because I played with Gretz, right?
Yeah.
So Gretz is.
Those are cool.
It's hard for me to say. I didn't idolize him because I was playing against him or with him. Bobby Orr, I idolized. I was 10 years old.
for those that know Napa, basically Oakville Crossroad, Silverado Trail, so a back area. Very prestigious area again where the great development Mike's gift, winemaker. So probably a lot of times when you can't really sell a no, you get a drying out factor in the mouth. There's tannins. Tannins are also in the walnuts. When you eat a walnut, you get dry mouth. It's tea. So this one I think has a little bit something there. So this is the wine that would be considered to go with the bigger bowl of food. But this is our first release, so again, not even out there yet. There's no labels on the bottle.
On my shoulders.
Patine.
All right, so we are on to our ricotta maladrones. So that is basically a gnocchi. Many people have had gnocchi before. Typically, it's made with potato, right? Wow. These are made a little bit different. We use our house-made ricotta, some Parmesan cheese, a little bit of egg. And there's no potato in here. We used semolina, a little bit of Dublin
To
flour.
go ahead and give you guys a token of appreciation, we're going to be doing a drawing. So we're going to be drawing out 6 names. These 6 names are going to be getting a pair of tickets to go see the LA Kings. After that, we're going to be doing 3 more names. So the next name after that, we'll be getting a signed hockey puck by Philip Donald. After that, the following person will be getting a jersey that is signed by the entire 23-24 LA Kings team. And last but not least, that final winner will be getting a signed canvas that's listed over here. It's signed by Drew Doughty, if I'm saying that correctly. Awesome. All right, next we have Mr. Jason Volke, if I'm saying that.
Yeah!